Fighting Malaria in World War II, a photo story. US troops train in jungle maneuvers in Panama, August 5, 1942, sleeping either in canopy-covered hammocks or on the ground with cloth for insect protection, rifles kept close. An unidentified US soldier eats his first hot meal after 11 days in New Guinea's jungle on December 26, 1942, having battled both surrounding Japanese forces and relentless insects. On November 14, 1946, an arch was erected in Antele, Greece, to thank the US for clearing malaria breeding grounds and aiding farm development. The structure featured celebratory slogans and a portrait of President Harry S. Truman. Bombing victims lie on beds with mosquito netting in an open-air army hospital in Bataan, Philippines, on April 11, 1942. British tank crew members in Egypt's western desert, October 4, 1942, battled swarms of flies between combat missions, with soldiers wearing mosquito net masks while writing home before patrols. In April 1942, US soldiers stationed in Dutch Guiana, now Suriname, were photographed scouting through dense jungle. To defend against tropical diseases like malaria, they wore specialized mosquito netting draped over their helmets. These troops were deployed primarily to protect the region's vital bauxite mines, which provided the aluminium necessary for Allied aircraft production during World War II. On October 14, 1943, Corporal Rolf Krogh of St. Joseph, Missouri, was photographed lighting a cigarette for a Chinese soldier in the China-Burma-India theatre of operations. Similar to the soldiers in Dutch Guyana, these troops were equipped with mosquito netting fastened to their helmets to prevent disease in the tropical environment. The Chinese soldier pictured was part of a force that had been training with American Army equipment for over a year. 3 New Zealand soldiers relax under mosquito veils on Espiritu Santo. April 18, 1944. During US Navy aircraft training, while one comrade skips the netting and braves the mosquitoes. Commissioned entomologist Dr. James R. Douglas examines and classifies mosquito specimens in a malaria control lab on the Guadalcanal combat front, May 18, 1943. In January 17, 1944, mepacrin was rationed by the Royal Canadian Army, like food supplies. But it proved crucial in the Mediterranean, keeping malaria rates below 10% and deaths to 0.25 per 1,000 soldiers. A US soldier inspects a drip can on a footbridge in New Guinea, August 26, 1944, where oil spread on the stream kills malaria-carrying mosquito larvae. On May 28, 1946, Dr. Klaus Karl Schilling was executed in Landsberg, Germany, after being convicted at the Dachau trials for fatal malaria experiments on concentration camp prisoners. On February 26, 1945, a 12-year-old Burmese boy, Aung Tae, survived brutal Japanese attacks and being buried alive. Found by Royal Scots Fusiliers, he was treated for bayonet wounds, dysentery and malaria, with recovery expected. In a June 25, 1945 photo, Army doctors expose prisoners at Stateville Penitentiary to malaria-carrying mosquitoes as part of World War II anti-malarial drug studies, reflecting now controversial experimentation on inmates. Around the time of World War II, prisoners were enlisted to help the war effort by participating in studies that could help the troops. Shocking as it may seem, government doctors once thought it was fine to experiment on disabled people and prison inmates.
In a June 25, 1945 photo, an army doctor observes malaria-carrying mosquitoes biting inmate Richard Knickerbockers at Stateville Penitentiary during World War II anti-malarial drug experiments on prisoners.